Before I get started, I do want to say that I hope each and every one of you had a tremendous holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever holiday it is you celebrate, and however you choose to celebrate it, I hope that it went very, very well. Perhaps you did what I did and you stayed inside your house all day long and watched television. I hope you did enjoy that. Now, let's talk about what's happening in the world of tech today. It's a very slow tech time right now, but we do have some leaks here to talk about the upcoming Samsung Galaxy S23 line. About a week ago, I showed you guys some leaked dummy units. Well, now we can go one step further because we have promotional imagery for these devices, which do a couple of things. One, they confirm some colors, but two, they also confirm the design of these phones. So as you can see here, not just the Ultra, which you can see there being rather square, okay? The standard S23 Plus being rounded, also having the same isolated camera bump layout. Instead of having the bump sort of extend out and around the camera, each camera has its own independent bump. So like I said before, this is something you're either going to like or you're going to hate. I actually kind of like the look of it. Some of you guys in the comments were like, looks like an LG Velvet. And yeah, I guess it kind of does look like an LG Velvet, but I happen to think the LG Velvet was quite a nice looking phone. So in that regard, I think that it does look okay. And they have to keep iterating, right? They have to keep sort of slowly, slightly altering the camera look a little bit. So that's what they're doing here. But, you know, with that being there, launch has got to be relatively soon. And so what we're going to do in this video is talk about some of these details that have also sort of leaked since my last video. So the batteries in the S23, I'm going to kind of be more clear on this time around because I think I got some of the stuff wrong. I think I literally just like failed to read properly last time. The S23 and the S23 Plus are getting small upgrades of 200 milliamp hours, with the S23 Ultra staying at 5,000 milliamp hours. I once again forgot to put the word Ultra in there. I'm having some sort of stroke live on your television set right now. The S23 Ultra staying the same. The other two, 200 milliamp hour jump. Let me just add a little addendum there to that. Now, the Plus and the Ultra will support 45 watt charging while the standard is sticking at 25 watt. This is quite interesting. I really wish Samsung would continue pumping up the charging speeds a little bit to match some of these other companies, but at the end of the day, it's not that bad, and I guess it's not going to like damage your phone's battery over time. Like, I am kind of worried some of these companies that are doing like 100 watt charging, like what is that going to do to your battery over time? Who knows? Another leak here indicates that Samsung is working very, very hard on the thermals for their new devices. So I don't know what these numbers mean. S23 improved over S22 1.6. 1.6 what? I don't know what these metrics are, but this person has gone on record with another website stating that they have spent a ton of time on the thermals on these new devices. So does that mean longer time spent at boost clock, you know, the highest number of these processors can boost to? Does this mean less thermal throttling when you're playing Genshin Impact for 6 hours straight? We're going to have to wait and see, but evidently it is something that Samsung has addressed significantly for heavy use. So that is interesting to see as well. Brightness is said to be improved by using a Super AMOLED screen that is up to 1750 nits of peak brightness. Now, earlier reports did say they were pushing for 2000 nits of peak brightness, which would have been wild, but that may or may not be happening. This leaker in particular seems to think 1750 is where they're going to be. But what's cool about this is that it's apparently across the line. So 23, 23 Plus, and 23 Ultra getting a bump to 1750 nits of peak brightness. I don't know if that's actually a jump for the Ultra. That might be about the same as it was before, but it is a jump for the lower end ones. And then like I mentioned earlier, with this stuff coming out now, release is going to be very, very soon. Well, Ice Universe did tweet February 1 Galaxy Unpacked. So we do not have very long to wait, a couple of short months before this is actually not even a couple of short months, like a month and some change before these devices should be fully unveiled. And, you know, like we've seen lately with devices like the Z Fold 4, look at that case. That is a thing of beauty. They have been sort of iterative releases. No big landmark, massive changes from phone to phone. And I think that's what we're going to be getting here with the S23 line as well. But, you know, look, we're in a world now where you probably don't need to upgrade your phone every year. But for the person that's rocking an S10, this is probably going to be a good place to jump back in to the modern era. Guys, thanks for watching. As more leaks hit, I will be sure to pass them along to you. I will see you on the next one. And until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.